Welcome, guys. Today we're going to talk about GMAT, the facts and structure of GMAT. So, all about GMAT. What does GMAT stand for? GMAT stands for Graduate Management Admissions Test. And who's the maker of GMAT? Who conducts GMAT is Graduate Management Admission Council, popularly known as GMAT. Next, who takes GMAT? That's an important question. The GMAT is a common admission test for students who want to study for MBA or any other graduate business programs. So specifically or more so, GMAT is for MBA for whosoever are looking for MBAs or programs related to business. So you can surely go for GMAT. However, there's a catch in it here that you should at least have 2 years of experience. 2 years of experience. Next, exam structure. The GMAT exam is comprised of three sections that showcases the specific skills needed to succeed in a graduate management program. Now, what are those skills, or what are those three sections? So, quantitative section, verbal section, and DI section. DI, you have verbal and quant mix in simple sense. I'll explain you in detail as well. So, in DI, you have verbal and quant mixed. Quant is maths, verbal is English, and DI is verbal and quant. And in that DI, you simply basically what you get is those graphical question and data sufficiency questions and all. Next, what is the overview of the test? Overview of the test is that GMAT exam is 2 hours and 15 minutes long with one optional 10-minute break and consists of 64 questions in total. So quant will have 21 questions, verbal will have 23 questions, and DI will have 20 questions. And timing is same in all three sections, 45 minutes each, 45 minutes each, 45 minutes each. So quant has 21 questions, verbal has 23, and DI has 20 questions. The least questions are in DI because it is the most time consuming one. Next, you can there's an option of optional 10-minute break which you may take it. For example, if I am done with my first section, I want to take that optional break, I can take it before the second section start. So let someone opts for a break and after first section break, then he has to go after the break, then he has to go second and third in one go without any break. On the other end, some other person goes in the test center, takes first section, second also. Now he applies a break. Now he takes a break. So after the break, he has to take a third section. So you can either take a break after first section, or you can either take a break after second section, depending on it. Yes, they can be. You can face quant also first. You can face verbal also, DI, and that depends on the algorithm on that day. Next, what are the exam features? So GMAT gives you control of testing experience with test taker friendly features and flexible score sending options as well. Now, question review and edit. Earlier there was no review and edit option. However, currently you do get that. The question review and to edit tool gives you more control over the answers to your questions by allowing you to add responses later in each section. With this tool, you can spend less time on questions that you are unsure about, knowing you can go back to responses and update them how it works. As you move through a section, you can bookmark a question then you would like that you would like to review later. So let's say I'm stuck on this question, I'm not getting exactly, it would be B or D. Let's mark it. However, before moving to, let's say I'm on that third question, I'm confused between B and D, so I want to mark for review this one, third question. But before moving to fourth question, I'll have to pick any option. I can pick B or do, that's my choice. But I'm going to mark for review that as well. So let's say I pick B option and I mark for review, and I'll move on to fourth question. When you're done with all the questions, let's say I'm in quant section and I'm done with all my 21 questions, then I'll have the screen open to me. So when you have answered all questions in a section, you will proceed to question review and edit for that section. However, that screen only will open when I have time remaining. If there is no time remaining in the section, you will not proceed to the question review and edit screen, and you will automatically be moved to your optional break or the next section. If you have already taken your optional break, yes, if you have already taken your optional break in the after just for the first section, you may move to directly to the next section. Next, each question review entry is edit screen includes a number list on the question. In that section indicates that question here. Let's say bookmark third question, seventh question, and 15th question. So I will when the screen comes, and I will be able to see, okay, I had moved out 3, 7th, and 15th whatsoever, and I can move on to them and correct them. So how many questions or how many changes you can make? You can make three changes. You can make three changes. So that's the max. You cannot change every answer. You cannot change every question. So that is itself a catch here. So that's maximum you can change is three. Flexible score sending, you can select which scores you want to receive your free scores reports that you have after you are done with the exam, knowing exactly how you perform. So when I'm done with the exam, I can choose which school I want to send my reports to. Detailed results delivered fast. Within 1 to 3 days of completing the exam, you will receive a detailed score official report that provides deep insight into performance across the exam, including but not limited by. So you'll get in the complete detailed review, you'll get performance by section, performance by program and school, performance by content domain, how you performed in each content, and what was your time management. Now what does GMAT exam cover is, what is it will have quant section, as I said before as well. Quant will have 21 questions in it, and it is basically from 6th standard to 10th standard of school. Got it? So next you can use calculator while on this working on this. Now remember, in quant section you don't get a calculator, but in DI section you will. Now what about verbal? Verbal is basically divided into reading comprehension and critical reasoning, comprising of 23 questions in total. So reading comprehension and critical reasoning. Now reading comprehension is popular to you all, that reading comprehension question measure your ability to understand words and statement, understand logical relationship between significant points, draw inferences, follow the development of quantitative concepts. Specifically, the following reading skills will be tested: main idea, supporting idea, inference, application, logical structure, and style will be tested. Next, what is critical reasoning? What will critical reasoning hold for you? Critical reasoning question measure your ability to make arguments, evaluate arguments, and formulate or plan of action. So critical reasoning questions are based on short reading passage, usually fewer than 100 words. Typically, the short text comes with a question that asks you which of the five answer options strengthens or weakens your argument, tells the argument is flawed, or strongly depicts or supports or damages the argument. You will need not need to specialized knowledge of the subject matter to yes. So it's simple sense. It will ask you which one strengthens or weakens the argument. Next, what does DI holds for you? DI will have 20 questions. As I said before as well, it will have 20 questions for you. Now it will comprise of what section, what thing. Now one more thing, you also get inbuilt calculator in DI. So you will have the access of online calculator in DI, which you don't get in verbal or quant section, because DI is a little calculative one. So you will get that at a little bit of comfort zone or a questioning with calculator. Now what does DI holds is data sufficiency question. Data sufficiency questions are those in which, for example, you will be given a question and they'll ask you, okay, this statement answers my question. So let's say they ask you that is x greater than 8. Now first statement says that x equals to 16 divided by 2. Second statement says that, I'm taking the easiest example, okay, and second statement that says that x is greater than 5 into 4. So x is greater than 5 into 2. Now which statement answers your question? Now which statement answers your question is, you will say that, okay, first, if you look at the first statement gives me that x is equals to 8. Is x greater than 8? No, sir. But in the second statement, let's say the second statement says that x is equals to 24. That is also 8, isn't it? Now let's come to the question: is x greater than 8? No, sir. So both answer statements are answering my question. My question was, is x greater than 8? Is x greater than 8? Both statements giving me that no, they are not greater than 8. So are they answering my question? Definitely. So answer would be D, option D in that. So option A, you get option A when your statement 1 is sufficient alone, where second statement, option B, comes out when your second statement is alone sufficient. Option C, you pick when both statements are not alone sufficient but combiningly they are. D, you pick when both statements are alone sufficient. and E you pick when not alone or even combiningly they are sufficient. What are multi-source reasoning questions? So multi-source question, you will check your ability to examine data from multiple sources, including test passages, tables, graphs, some combinations. So there will be two or three tables or paragraphs and all, and from which you will have to pick in data and give the answers. A table analysis will have tables in it, as the name suggests. So you'll have measure your ability to sort. You will have the option to sort and analyze the data, so you can sort by whatever the requirements are, and then you can solve those questions. Now fourth type in the DI will be graphical interpretation question. So like pie chart, bar graph, static curve distribution, scatter plot, all those kind of graphs will be also there. Fifth type and the last one is two-part analysis. Measure your ability to solve complex programs. They could be quantitative, verbal, and some combination of both. Yes, that's what I said. UDI will have both verbal and quant as well. The format is intentionally versatile to cover a wide range of concepts. Content, your ability to evaluate trade-offs, solve simultaneous equations, discern relation between two entities is measured. Yes, so you'll have two-part analysis will also be there. Now, what are the fees in India currently is? So approximately now the current fees are $275 if you want to take the test at the test center. If you want to take it at home, that will cost you $300. Again, additional score report, you will have to pay $35 each for additional score report, and same for the online as well. Next, GMAT exam fees for rescheduling and cancelling. So exam GMAT rescheduling cancellation fees depends on the time frame, isn't it? So GMAT exam fees for rescheduling more than 60 days before the appointment, you'll have to pay $55. So you were originally paying $275 to them. Now you'll be paying, if you want to cancel, if you want to reschedule the exam. Let's say I was giving it on 10th of August. Now I want to give on let's say 9th of November. So for if I want to change the test center or reschedule it, I'll have to pay $55 and the rest will be refunded. And so delivered online $60, between 15 to 60 days you'll have to pay $110. 14 or 14 less than 14 days you have to pay $165. So almost only $110 is refunded out of the delivered test center. Again, the online one is also written here. Next, I always recommend students to take the test at 10 center only. More than now, what is the cancellation fees? If you cancel it before 60 days, so you will be refunded $110. 15 to 16 days you will be refunded $80. 14 to less than 40 days you will be refunded only $55. If you cancel the exam where there are less than 24 hours to go, none of your amount will be refunded. Now again, you can always pay with a Visa card, a credit card, debit card, depends on whatever you choose. So now GMAT exam dates, as just a random example for you guys. So let's say I'm talking about how does the GMAT exam is held and what are the dates of it. Now let's say I want to talk about Bangalore in 2024. As you can see, there are many dates I can pick for. I can pick on 2nd September, I can pick on 8th October, I can pick on 13th November, 20th December. So there are designated centers as well, and you can pick any day. So test dates are available throughout the year. Again, how you can boost your score: if you just attend the class, your score gets increased. But if you do class and some tests as well, again your score will get increased a little bit. If you give class and take all the tests, again your score increases. Class and test and do some questions bank, do questions bank as well, so your question increases. But if you do conduct if you attend all the classes, you take all the tests, you do all the question bank questions which we give you, you'll definitely boost your score. Now one more thing, how GMAT is scored. So you will be given a score out of from 205 to 805. So 205, let's say, is 0 marks, and 805 is full marks. So you will be scored out of 805. So you can get a score like 635 out of 805. You can get a score like 795 of 805, and you will always have a 5 at the end. So you will always have a score like 525, 595, 805, 632, 635 days done. Let's say 685. So these are the scores you will always get. Now why they do this is because this is for the focus edition, the current edition which is being followed. The people who had given earlier test, the original the older version of GMAT, were scored out of 200 to 800. So they used to get score like 210, 230, 790, 630. So they always had 0 at the end. And remember, GMAT score is valid for 5 years. So but currently for the moment you need to remember that you will get a score out of 805, and your scores will be like this, and your score will be valid for 5 years. So that's all from my side. Thank you. God bless you.